Hello, my name is Teacher Sylvia with Options for Learning, and today's story is titled The Snowy Day, written and illustrated by Ezra Keats. The snowy day, and what do we see on the ground here? We see white packed snow. And here we have a child, and what is he noticing? What are those? Those are called footprints, right? Where he's walking, he's leaving his prints in the snow. And is he outside, do you think, or inside? Outside. And what lets us know that he's outside? We see a street sign, right? When we're out driving around or walking around the city, we see street signs. So there, let's find out about the snowy day. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen through the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. So there's Peter in his house, on his bed, taking a look out of his window, and he sees all the snow outside. What do you think he's thinking? Do you think he wants to go out and explore the snow? Would you like to go out and explore snow? Have you been in the snow? Do you like it? After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. So he has his snowsuit on, because what we know about snow is it's very cold. It's like ice. So he's wearing a snowsuit to protect himself from the cold and from getting wet. And he's out on the sidewalk. In places where it snows, they need somebody to clear the sidewalk to walk, and they clear the streets to drive around. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out like this, and then he walked with his toes pointing in like that. So as he walks, he stops to take a look to see his different footprints. And how many footprints do you see? He's got 2 footprints, right? Because how many legs do we have? How many feet do we have? 2. And here he made a long trail. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks, and he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. So here he drug his feet along without picking up his feet, and we see 2 lines because again we have 2 feet. Then he found something else, so we have another line. So we have the 2 lines and we have another line. So that's 1, 2, 3 lines. What do you think he made that other line with? 3rd line. Something he found on the floor, perhaps? Let's find out. It was a stick. And a stick, probably from that tree. And look what he's doing. A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. So if he's hitting that snow, what's going to happen? Yeah, it's going to fall. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. And off he goes, making more tracks. Let's see where he goes. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew that he wasn't old enough. Not yet. So here we have 1, 2, 3 boys, and older boys, meaning they're bigger than him. So maybe he knew it wasn't a good idea to play with them. They hit him with a snowball. See how it splattered on him? Yeah, they probably throw a little bit hard. A little too hard. Sometimes that could hurt your body. So let's see. Let's count how many snowballs we see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if we count this one, that would make 8. 8 snowballs flying around. So he made a smiling snowman, and he made angels. So here he has his 1 snowman, and here he made a snow angel. So how did he make this? By moving his arms up and down and opening and closing his legs. Looks like wings and a dress, perhaps? What do you think? He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big, tall, heapy mountain of snow and slid all the way down. Wow, that looks like fun. Would you like to try that sometime? Have you tried that sometime? He packed up a handful of snow, and another, and still another. He packed it round and firm, and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. What do you think's going to happen to that snowball? He's putting it into his pocket and stepping into his warm house. And what do we know about snow? It's like ice, and ice melts and turns into water. So let's see what happens. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. Wet socks because of the snow, right? And he thought and he thought and he thought about them as he's taking his bath. We see bubbles and we see a rubber ducky. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. The pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. Oh, he felt very sad. So what do you think happened to that snowball? Take a look at his jacket. Yes, it melted, and there it left a watermark, right? So he's sad and bad. What do you think he'll do? You think he'll try to get another snowball? You think he'll try to save it? Do you think he realized that's what happened? While he slept, he dreamt that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. And how do you think he felt about the new snow? He was excited and happy that it was still snowing. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. There they are together. And it's snowing. Snow is falling from the sky. During the winter time, that's when we have snow. And it snows in some places more than others. The end. Hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you.